Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Sherlock. I'm your host, Tershel Gillis, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Devil in Miss Jones, the 1973 film by Gerard Damiano, the follow-up to his infamous and influential adult film, Deep Throat. This one, a bit different, and I'm going to talk about why this is such a great film. Spoiler alert, I love this movie. So this film follows this young woman. She's just simply known as Miss Jones, who commits suicide due to loneliness. She ends up in purgatory, where she sees like the person who decides between someone going to heaven and to hell. She learns that she's supposed to go to hell due to her sin of committing suicide, but she has an option of going to Earth to live a life like according to one of the mortal sins, which in this case is the lust. You find out that she's died a virgin, so she wants to like explore all these things, and that's just sort of how it goes. There's not really a way to get around that. The storyline is fairly simple, as would a lot of people would expect with the film of this nature. But what you wouldn't expect is that for an adult film, this is very sex negative. The scenes are very like rough, and there's no love there. They're very graphic, but they're shot tastefully, which is something that you're going to see a lot in Gerard Damiano's work. I'm going to be doing another review soon of Memories Within Miss Aggie, which is my favorite Damiano film, but this film is a close second. There's not like a lot of twists and turns, but the film does continue actually at a steady pace. The scenes of, the adult scenes for YouTube, are very well done. They make sense to the story. And they don't really like overstay their welcome, I would say. Like, they're not very long. Like, the story and those scenes are very well balanced, and those scenes actually aid in the story because the characters are like fleshed out, no pun intended, throughout the story here. And the story is a good one, and the character of Miss Jones is actually really interesting. I think if you're comparing this film to Deep Throat, that film's characters and everything were very like one-dimensional, and I feel like Damiano was just getting his toes wet with that one. This film feels like his like realization of stuff, and it's very artistic and well shot. Characters are well written. The soundtrack is great as well, but the soundtrack is also very haunting, which adds like this weird atmosphere to the intercourse scenes, which is something that I'm also going to be talking about in my review for Memories Within Miss Aggie. Damiano really likes making you feel uncomfortable during these, and he sort of turns the entire concept of the adult film on its head with the way that he shoots these and writes them. Harry Reams in this plays this character known as simply the teacher, who's supposed to be teaching Miss Jones all these, things that she missed out during her life. And some of them are pretty out there, actually. I was very surprised. There's a scene involving a snake that people who watch this, you definitely know what I'm talking about. If you don't, I don't want to spoil too much, but let's just say that Miss Jones likes that snake a lot. It doesn't go in anywhere, but it's very like erotic, and I thought snakes carried like salmonella or something, but I believe it's actually turtles. But let's hope that I'm right, because they're tongue on snake. We in more ways than one, you know what I'm saying. Also, a quick shout out to my Amish listeners. Again, you guys are the best. This film was big with the Amish. But yeah, the ending of this too. I want to talk about the ending. I'm not going to spoil a ton, but the ending is very bleak. The film somewhat has this like haunting and sad almost atmosphere, but the ending is really like a gut punch. With spoiler alert, Miss Jones ending up in hell. That's going to happen the entire film. But the way that she's punished is very like actually well thought out. She's just not in this like fire and brimstone place. She's with another character who I won't spoil what he's saying or anything, and what she feels. But it's torturous, and it feels like it makes more sense to the character. And I feel like that really provides like a good cap to the story with, her story comes to a logical conclusion with her going to hell and, experiencing this, and it's sad, and that's how it leaves you with this intense feeling of just depression and a haunting nature of this whole thing. And you forget that this is an adult film, and that's what I love about, Damiano's work. He really showed that, adult films are, it's just another type of film, and you can make artistic films with like genuine artistic merit like this. And it's one of my favorite examples of like the adult film as like a higher art form. I don't think we see it a lot today. There's small like independent filmmakers doing this still, but nothing as mainstream as this. I'm a huge fan of this movie, if you haven't heard already. Unfortunately, finding a physical copy of this is going to be very difficult, which is why I'm not showing one in the video. But you can find it on the typical sites, but don't let that push you away from it. This is a great film. It's just on there because of, it has unsimulated intercourse. I mean, we're not going to dance around the subject. That's what this film has, but it's fantastic. You should seek it out. If you've never seen like an adult film before, and you're just wanting to like look into these like 70s, 80s like vintage erotic films, this is a good place to start as well. This is probably the best Damiano film to start with, I would say. Memories Within Miss Aggie is a close second. It's my personal favorite, but I believe this one sort of gives an idea of what the rest of his work looks like as well. So, yeah. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't. Keep your notifications on. Thanks for watching, guys. Have an interview with Sam Hell on the Open Casket podcast this weekend. Next week, I am going to be interviewing Addison Binnick on Tuesday. Got some more reviews coming this week, and Banana Box orders new Banana Box release next week. Lots of stuff going on. It's been keeping me busy, which is why I haven't seen a review in a while, but it's slowing my stuff in my personal life slowing down a little bit, so you're going to be seeing some more reviews and more of me soon. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. As always, I've been your host, Herschel Gills, signing off. Zero thoughts, zero editing, zero brain cells, and zero planning. Thanks, guys.